Powered by Riverside FM.
All right, welcome everybody to Choey and Jandler's The Fun Time Super Terrific Happy Hour Summer Edition. Yes, this is where me and Choey find some of our clips, funny and favorite moments, and put them together. We'll also be doing some interviews this summer with some new people, meeting some new friends and stuff. But yes, it is summertime here for many people. You know, this teacher included. And so yes, it's a nice, thankful, happy celebration. All right, but wanted again to say cheers to everybody out there. So here's to the Pop Tops. All right, this is June 6th, our June 6th edition. So just so you know, today, June 6th, is National Drive-In Movie Day. That's right, folks. National Drive-In Movie Day falls on June 6th, which is the anniversary of the first ever drive-in opening movie theater in the United States. Even though many people prefer to watch movies in their homes on their phones, or in a lot of other places, a lot of people still cherish the tradition of driving into a park and watching a movie on a large screen while munching on their favorite food. Back into time there, but yeah, obviously getting out, going into public movies is an experience, Also on June 6th, it's Russian Language Day. So the UN Russian Language Day coincides with the birthday of Alexander Pushkin on June 6th, a Russian poet considered the father of modern Russian literature. Russian is a Slavic language whose closest relatives are Ukrainian, Belarusian, and Rusin, which is Ukraine and Slovenia. In the 19th century, what we now classify as modern Russian was known simply as Great Russian. The Belarusians was called White Russian, and Ukrainian was the Little Russian. Today, over 170 million people speak Russian. All right, so congratulations to our friends in Russia. And a couple more holidays. Today is National Eyewear Day. I am a person who wears eyewear, corrective lenses. Glasses have gone from a one-time geek necessity to a cool fashion accessory. National Eyewear Day invites us to celebrate the fact that glasses, besides correcting our vision, can help create a whole new appearance. Honestly, many of us wear non-prescription glasses simply because we like the way they make us look. Hint, hint, or I know that's what I think of, not just how they look, but the practical wear of sunglasses. Mine aren't prescription lenses, but obviously sunglasses are necessary, especially when it's hot and sunny outside, Good news is, today we can choose from virtually endless styles, shapes, and colors. Plus, tech has changed the mechanics of eyewear forever. New smart prescription lenses can now automatically switch focus from far to near and back again, thanks to liquid crystal activated sensors on the frame. I myself have transition lenses, which go from regular glasses to little sunglasses as soon as I step outside, so it can help me with that glare. On this day, National Eyewear Day reminds us to take a moment on June 6th to think about how far we've come from old school trifocals. And then last, certainly not least, but as a history buff, especially thanks to my dad, June 6th is Remembrance of D-Day. This is observed annually on June 6th and brings in overwhelming memories of the brave men and women who fought a strategically planned and well-executed battle that ultimately led to the end of the Second World War. More than 75 years after the end of World War II, these memories remain fresh to the over 300,000 living U.S. veterans of the war. The rest of us look to their legacy and the rich history of events told through museums and memorials. There is not a more important time than today for us to remember and honor them as we reflect on D-Day, June 6, 1944. So, I want to, again, let's go back, let's find some cheering for clapping for the veterans of D-Day and World War II, and all wars, actually. Thank you. Whenever it feels like playing, play this. But, speaking earlier, what I was saying, this is our first clip episode of the summer. So just leading it in with the holidays. Not this episode, but in future episodes, we'll have some interviews along with some clip stuff going out there. So I say sit back, enjoy. This episode is a lot about what's Chappin Choey. And I learned going back through looking at season 3, not enough of our curmudgeon. It's like he's a funny dude when he likes to, gripe about something nonsensical, but told him like we need some more of these, next season. But sit back, relax, listen. Hope you enjoy, and we'll catch you soon. Let's turn it over to what's Chappin Choey. It's been a while. There you go. There you go. All right, sir. What's Chappin Choey?
So, like, I was thinking about it because you asked me about it last week, and I was like, you know what? I got something because it just popped in my head, like, just by happenstance. Like, and I would assume other people out in listener land and get irritated with it too. So it's not just me. And if it is just me, then oh well. Like, I'm still justified. Nothing bothers me more than when you're like rolling in the car. And either way that it happens, either I put the song on that I want to hear, or like it pops on the radio and I want to hear, and it's like, oh man, I like this song. And like, I'm not, unless I'm just kind of being like, crazy, like goofy to the wind kind of thing, where having fun with, liquid enhancement. I don't really sing. I'll sing, but it's like soft. So like if the music banging, it's like like just kind of like I'm not singing over the beat.
Right.
But it pisses me off to no end when somebody starts singing the song while it's playing, and I'm like, I don't want to hear you. I want to hear this. That's why it's on.
Wait, so you mean you're bad if someone in the car is singing louder than the song? Is what you're saying?
Yes.
Okay.
Because it's like I don't want to.
What if that someone is you and you just realize it's you after you get upset?
Oh, it's not me.
Oh, you're like, who's singing? Oh, it's me.
No, it's not. It's never. And if it is me singing louder than the music, I'm enjoying my own because I'm enjoying the music. I'm in the music. I'm in the song.
I thought you were gonna tell me nothing chaps you more than when you come to a stoplight, your windows down, and you're blaring the radio, and someone in the other car starts singing it, and you're like,
no,
I don't even know you. I don't even know you, stranger.
They're in the car. They're messing up my song, and then even to make it worse is when they're singing it and they sing the wrong words to the song. It's like that's not even. You're messing up the song, and you're messing up the song. Like you're messing it up for me, and you're messing it up yourself. Dude, so it becomes like when it's like you ruin the whole moment.
I got a good friend of mine from the Navy. He lives near Chicago. Right now, I'm gonna call him Wisdom Star because he's used that made-up name before.
Yeah.
But what would always chap him about songs, right? Is let's say you and me are listening to a song and we're both singing it, right? I screw up a word, I miss a lyric, and he's like, "Oh, start over." We're gonna get it right. And he would do this. There was times that we'd listen to the same song like 6 times in a row. Get it right, type thing. Sing along correctly. It was kind of funny. I was like, come on. I remember one time we went with me, him, and another guy. We were going to this one bar, but we had to get this one song right before. We sang that song at least 6, 7 times. And I'm like, dude, let's go. All right, dude. We're gonna lead it into what's Chappin Choey, okay?
That sounds good. So it's like what irritates me so much about like safety drills and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Is like you train. You do safety drills, you run safety drills. Everybody's like, oh, like, we got to do one of these. And they come up with that attitude of like, oh, it's boring, let's not do it. Like, it sucks that we have to do it. And then when like something really hits the fan and like they actually have to like initiate something, they're like, was this real? Are we doing it for real? Like, what's going on? And so like, especially when we had something happen this week, or this past week, and they weren't using the right terminology. So like they're saying, hey, it's this, and they're putting a message saying, hey, it's this, and then they're telling people online it's this, and so people are like, well, which one is it? Because this one's more severe than the other one, so which one is it? Because we're freaking out and we can't find anything out from inside because kids can't have their phones on them anymore.
Right.
So everybody's losing their mind. Meanwhile, I'm getting like a text from somebody that I'm supposed to like have like an in-person meeting with like later on that afternoon. Like maybe we got to push this back because of what's going on. And they're like, we should be fine. And I'm like, well, if we're feeling like there's like some sort of like threat outside of the buildings,
Yeah.
I don't need the bald white guy with a black shirt on walking from one building to the other. Like, well, like officers are outside, like maybe I don't know, looking to gun down somebody who's gonna like be like a threat.
You
I
mean
feel like,
like if you went from one building to the other and the cops just take you down? What do you think you're doing?
yeah, they're like, what are you, bald white guy, that Unabomber, got him, let's go.
Yeah.
High five team, we took the guy down. And I'm just like, dude, like, so like the whole thing was just a cluster of just crap. Like, where nobody was doing anything they were supposed to do. Nobody knows what's going on. Back and forth, and it's just like, what? Like, and from like being a former safety like coordinator, like it's one of those like just nightmarish things because you're like, this is go time. This is go time. This is why we train. This is why we do those things that you don't want to do. This is go time. Like, so that way when the stuff hits the fan, we can do the flipper. We can do the flipper bump and right stuff and like execute. And then it's just like one of those like, it's like you said that you'd work with like kindergartners and stuff before, right?
Yeah.
It's like when you're like, all right, guys, we're gonna do this and we're gonna do this and we're gonna do this, right? Everybody say with me, this. What are we gonna do? This. Ready? Yeah, go. And it does nothing, right? And you're like, we talked. You talked. You told me you understood it. You showed me you understood. You said it. Game time hits and we're just done. I was just like, dude. And the worst part is I was about to leave to go get some food, and I was like, let me finish up something real quick, and then I'll go get food. And then we went into this little like safety type stuff, and so I stayed like for 2.5 hours just going like, I'm hungry. I want to go. Is it really that severe? Nobody's telling us nothing. We don't know. And just get more like, I'm like, at one point I was like, yeah, I'm not usually hungry, but today I am. Like, I want to go eat.
Did it end up being a drill type practice thing, or?
No, it was like it was a real like, it ended up being like a false alarm on like what was reported, but it was like real, like it was like real life. Like, hey, we're doing this because we were told this might be going. And I was just like, dude.
So I mean, the good news is they tried to be proactive. It's just the bad news is they could have handled it better. That's what you just said. They could have been more prepared,
like 95% better. 95%
better. All right, gonna quick roll to a break. We get our songs and some ad revenue, and then we'll be back for the second half.
We say toast, gun bait, cheers, man, and cheers made again, or simply cheers. Sometimes it's all talk sent, other times it's cheers, A-U-F and hoser. We also say Sunday salute, saluting, or Tage skull Russia with cheer, Nasarovia. And now in Vietnam we can say yo. That's how Joey and Jandler cheers around the world. Cheers, cheers around the world. Cheers, cheers around the world. Different languages, same sentiments, raising our glasses to friendship and joy. Cheers, cheers around the world. Cheers, cheers around the world. The world.
Hi there, I'm here to help Choey and Jandler to read an advertisement for BuyBlacket.com. Please shop BuyBlacket.com. Are you looking for unique gifts at unbeatable prices? Then look no further. BuyBlacket.com has quality merchandise for everyone on your list, from gifts for cat and dog lovers to American fans, beer enthusiasts, and even Jesus lovers. As for teachers, we didn't forget about you. Please don't miss our funny attire to brighten up your classroom. So bring a smile to your loved ones' faces and shop BuyBlacket.com today. Tell them Choey and Jandler sent you.
Hi there, Ryan Reynolds here on behalf of my friends Choey and Jandler. You may know me from movies where I either save the world or ruin Thanksgiving. But today, folks, I'm not here to sell you cologne, crypto, or questionable NFTs. I'm actually here to tell you about Fish.audio. This isn't really me talking right now. This is my voice, made by Fish.audio, which frankly is terrifying. It sounds exactly like me, And trust me, I've heard my voice in 87 trailers. This is better. Whether you're a podcaster with a potato microphone, a game developer building an army of space dolphins, or just lonely and want a perfect Morgan Freeman to read your grocery list out loud to you, Fish.audio has you covered. Fish.audio is easily one of the best voice generation platforms I have ever used, which is saying something, because I've done voiceover for a toothpaste brand in 4 languages I don't even speak. And speaking of that, Fish.audio is cross-lingual, which means it supports 13 different languages. Their amazing program also allows you to clone voices. Fish.audio make your voice legendary, or at least make my voice say weird things. I legally can't stop you either way.
All right, so you got your what's Chappin?
I do,
You ready?
and I went,
Hold
and
on,
even
let
up
me
till
get
today.
let me get your little lead in. But you're ready to rev your engines?
Oh yeah.
All right.
So even up till today, man, I wasn't 100% sure, but I was chilling at home, kind of streaming some TV a little bit, and I was like, you know what? Like, and it just fell in my lap, and I was like, perfect. So it irritates me now because the thing now seems to be with TV shows, like they have the fall finale. Like, remember when we were kids, like the show started and it just ran like September to May, and that was it. Yeah. Like, and so, like, you know, they would have, like, you know, your break, obviously, like, around Thanksgiving time and around Christmas, they would have, like, an episode or two, and so they run a rerun. But, like, now, it's like, you have the fall finale, and they don't come back to, like, February. And I'm like, I almost want to be like, are y'all getting paid the same amount of money? Because you make me wait forever. And then on top of that, like, we got a couple different streaming services going. And, like, Netflix, I love Netflix. Maybe they'll hit us up now after I say this. They'll be like, "Oh, I'm gonna be on the bandwagon."
They're like Choey said it.
But like Netflix, like they drop their stuff. So like you got your Stranger Things, right? They dropped the whole season. Boom, done.
I need to watch Stranger Things. I've been wanting to.
It's pretty trippy, man. Like,
yeah.
I don't want to sound like a sissy, but there's some episodes where I'm like, I'm kind of glad that I got the missus in the bed with me, because maybe if the guy comes for me, I can push her. Not sacrifice her, but like push her while I like kind of come too. So maybe like it kind of throws off his thing.
Do you and Mrs. Tribbiani have the deal in place like Nate Bargatze and his wife?
100% like Nate Bargatze. Like she don't know the deal's there.
Yeah.
She's
gonna lunge at him. She may feel like she's pushed, but you know, tomato.
Well, I practice the knife skills and stuff.
Yeah.
But
or nunchucks.
Yeah, something to where like I'm like, hey, go for that, and you'll distract him enough to where I can get him, and hopefully you make it, and I'll make it too. But like Netflix drops like a whole season, whereas like all these other streaming services are almost like TV now. Like they drop like one episode a week, and it's like the appeal of streaming services is I can pay for you for a month and watch like your whole show, and if I want to cancel you until it comes back, we're good. But now it's like you got to wait until the season's done to kind of pay that streaming service fee, and it's like, dude, like. Why you got to stingy with your stuff?
I think you just answered your own question, though.
Well, I realize the marketing thing, but I'm like, if I'm gonna be crazy like that, I could eventually win. But it's like, well, why you gotta be like that? Why you gotta be all crazy?
Not to be the anti-Choey, because I actually like that we have the winter, fall, and summer, like the end of the season, like they do it like half and half. Because instead of doing 23, 24 episodes for one season, maybe they'll do like 16 total, like 8 and 8 or something. And the less shows you do, the better content. You know what I mean? Like you're not trying to stretch out all these ideas to fit 23 or 24 episodes. You're like, we can condense it and maybe pick the best ideas. So actually, you think about it sucks. Like I've watched a lot of like British comedies, and they're good. A lot of them that I watched were good, and they only last like 3-4 seasons, and they only have like 6-8 episodes. And you're like, what the heck? Can you imagine how many shows have started out with a great first season? Like, didn't you and I know I was in the Navy, but didn't we used to watch Men Behaving Badly? Didn't we both? I watched it with somebody. I can't remember if it was you, but it was somebody.
You were cheating on me?
Awesome. Yeah, I was cheating on you. That was Summer Choey. But
Done.
Misbehaving Badly was awesome, but it only lasted a season. But it's like 24 episodes, so.
But the thing is this though, man. Like, and so I'm not gonna hang up on you even though I want to, because I don't want to disagree and be like that kind of a disagree guy.
Uh-huh.
But the thing is this: if you got TV out there, and granted, like I'm all about like trying to like fill my life with quality stuff as I get older, like be more purposeful with my life and do more certain things. But at the same time, like if I'm going to sit down and kind of watch TV, I want to watch some TV and like watch TV for me, movies for me. Is like I think we discussed that last time. It's just kind of one of those blah. Like it's. I don't want to. It's there to. I'm not big on the intellectual stuff. Like every once in a while, I like to watch like the Da Vinci Code and be like, oh, what's going to happen?
Mm-hmm.
But the Da Vinci Code's cool, and I can't watch the Da Vinci Code again because it's like, well, I already know the answer to the thing. Like when I ruined it for you last week with the Sixth Sense.
You didn't really ruin it. I knew Sixth Sense. It was Unbreakable.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't ruin Unbreakable because I didn't tell you about it. But like the Sixth Sense kind of thing, like I ruined it for somebody. Like once you know that he's dead the whole time, it's like, oh, okay, okay, I got it. I just watched like a TV show just to kind of tune out for like an hour. Give me 15,000 of those episodes, I'll be doing it. And when you're stingy with the episodes, I'm like, you know what? They need to cut their salary. Like we just cut their salary. I'm done with you.
Hey, boss man, does Choey sound like the kind of guy that would yell at someone? Why do you have a personal library? You've already read the book once.
Yeah.
Why even buy it? Come on now. It didn't change.
I'm siding with you on this one.
I'm all about like the public library. You go get the book. Like books are different a little bit though. Like, and that's the thing is like you can read a book, and it takes more than an hour to read it. Well, I would hope it takes more than an hour to read a book because you're reading the wrong kind of book if you want to like stimulate your mind. But when I don't want to stimulate my mind, that's the whole reason why I tell you like I don't like prequels.
So that'll wrap up this episode of June 6th. It's, like I said, number 1 of our summer school edition episodes. But don't worry, we'll be coming back with some new content, some new interviews, and throwing some highlights here and there throughout the summer. And then definitely a couple more, games we have kind of planned, special episodes, we'll be doing stuff. So, like I said, until next week, people stay cool. It's getting hot out there, and some of you live a little up north. Hopefully it's nice outside for you. But I do encourage people to get outside. I know I will be doing as much as I can this summer. All right, till next time, guys. Later.